These two girls decided to take a quick selfie. Little did they know that the Queen of England was right behind them smiling for the camera. Arnold Schwarzenegger is no stranger to the spotlight. He's had a successful career in entertainment for years. Well, this group of people were trying to take a nice group photo in front of the Eiffel Tower when he came by and photobombed them. I'm guessing they weren't too angry about it. People love to take selfies at a concert. The girl in this photo took her camera out at just the right time during a Bruce Springsteen concert. Right at that moment, he pointed at her and smiled. Talk about the perfect concert pic. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is one of the greatest action movie stars today. This guy was walking down the street, and just when The Rock came by, he took a selfie. For the guy, it's the best selfie he probably ever took. This guy took a tour of Microsoft and took a selfie in front of a Microsoft plaque to remember the day. It wasn't until he got home that he realized that he was photobombed by none other than Bill Gates himself. I'm guessing he was a bit disappointed that he missed out on a chance to meet the computer giant. The woman in this photo was finally able to drink after having her baby, so she took a selfie in the wine aisle at the store. She had no idea at the time that Nicolas Cage was right behind her, waving to the camera. The woman in this photo is a huge fan of Slash from Guns N' Roses. I mean, you can tell by her shirt. While walking around the mall with her two-wheeler, she had no idea that the real Slash was behind her. The couple in this photo got engaged, and they decided to have their engagement photos taken at a beer garden. While the couple was trying to warm up for the camera, Dave Chappelle came up behind them. It's one of the best engagement photos ever. Arnold Schwarzenegger apparently likes to photobomb people. This is the second time he's on our list. Again, he walked right in front of the man who was the subject of the photo, but this time he brought Sylvester Stallone with him. These two women were taking a photo together at a Dodgers game when Ken Jeong saw them and jumped over the seat to photobomb them. It's a really great photo. This couple wanted one of their wedding photos to be taken in the middle of Midtown traffic. They were in a loving embrace when Zach Braff came walking along. The photographer made sure to get the photo just in time. I'm guessing it's this photo that made it to the couple's mantle. When this guy realized that Prince Harry was behind him, he knew he had to act fast. He was worried the prince would cover his face, so the man didn't even wait for his date to look at the camera. Prince Harry didn't try to turn away, though. Instead, he made a funny face. What a great guy! The two men in this photo decided to take a selfie before the Red Sox first pitch. It wasn't until after that they'd realized John Krasinski was right behind them. This little girl took a trip to Washington, D.C. with her family. By the time her family tried to take this photo, she was already grumpy and kind of miserable. When she put her head down to pout, Bill Clinton peeked up over her head. What are the odds of that happening? This had to have perked her up a bit. The woman in this photo was taking a picture at Paradise to Go when Steven Tyler happened to come by. This will likely be her next Christmas card. These guys went to a Justin Timberlake concert and saw the perfect opportunity to take a selfie. Just at the right second, JT leaned down and got into the shot. They'll be able to get the attention of a lot of girls with this photo, I guarantee it. This couple was taking a quick restaurant selfie when Jake Gyllenhaal, who also happened to be dining at the restaurant, peeped his head up from the booth to get into the picture. The girl in this photo wanted to take a typical baseball game selfie right in front of the field. She had no idea that Matt Garza popped up from the dugout to photobomb her. When she saw the picture, she must have been thrilled. This couple didn't realize that when they took this selfie in a crowd that they would be Breaking Bad. Behind the couple, a few rows back, is Breaking Bad's Aaron Paul. Had the woman in front of him not looked down, he probably wouldn't have been in the shot. This photo was taken at a luxury resort. Wiz Khalifa was also there, but clearly nobody even knew who he was. He and his friend are just sitting there being completely ignored. Hey, at least they chose a place to vacation where they wouldn't have to worry about being pestered by fans. Benedict Cumberbatch has played Sherlock Holmes and Doctor Strange and clearly has a great sense of humor. This group of celebs was taking a serious photo when Benedict jumped up from behind. He made the potentially boring picture a lot more entertaining. Prince Harry must take after Arnold Schwarzenegger. He likes to photobomb too. The 3 men at this sporting event were taking a photo together and Prince Harry's in the back giving 2 thumbs up. Taylor Swift took a photo with one of her fans, but she had no idea that Daniel Craig, James Bond himself, was photobombing her. Maybe Taylor is secretly a member of Spectre. George Clooney chose the best group to photobomb. Funny man Jerry Seinfeld, director Steven Spielberg, and Jerry's wife Jessica all got together to take a picture. George just happened to walk by and he jumped into the shot. The people in the background, of course, thought it was funny. Jessica Biel stopped to take a photo at the Oscars and had no idea that her husband was behind her getting in on the picture. Just made a good photo, a great photo. Jimmy Fallon and Cameron Diaz were out in New York City when they came across a group of unsuspecting tourists taking a photo on the top of a building. Well, rather than stepping aside or asking if they wanted a picture, they decided to just jump in and photobomb it in the funniest way. It probably shouldn't be a surprise that Jimmy Fallon likes to do this kind of thing. Here's another photo of him photobombing another family. This time he's with John Hamm. He seems so busy photobombing unsuspected tourists, it kind of makes you wonder how he finds time to work. This'll be a fantastic Christmas card. In 2010, Katy Perry and Russell Brand were hot and heavy. They were photographed together often, and in this photo they had no idea they were being photobombed. Justin Bieber managed to squeeze into the picture right before it was shot. Adam Driver plays the angst-filled Kylo Ren in Star Wars. He's walking the red carpet with his serious scowl, not knowing that his on-screen nemesis, Poe Cameron, played by Oscar Isaac, was behind him, practicing his right hook. Ellen DeGeneres and her love, Portia de Rossi, stopped to take a photo. They had no idea Kelly Clarkson was behind them, getting in on the picture as well. Mariska Hargitay stopped for a photo, not knowing that Tina Fey was photobombing her. Tina had no idea that Michael C. Hall was behind her, photobombing her. Dual photobomb! Bill Murray's known for being the master of photobombs. This time his victim is Selena Gomez. She didn't seem to mind all that much. I mean, come on, Bill Murray is a legend. It's not too often that you'll find Dustin Hoffman and Jack Black in the same room together. It's even better when they get together to photobomb Angelina Jolie. Epic pick. The woman in this photo looks like she may have just had a heart attack. She must be a fan of Beyoncé, or maybe her date, Jay-Z. This woman and her baby took a minute away from dinner to take a photo. In the background, you can see the West family. Since these people never take a picture unless they look picture-perfect, since Kim looks a mess and Kanye looks miserable, obviously this was an unintentional photobomb. Still, I'll bet she could sell that for some mega bucks. Sienna Miller is walking without realizing that somebody's behind her. Clara Delevingne was there, making a frightening face. Sienna is none the wiser. Funny man Paul Rudd sees Heidi Klum taking a photo at the Golden Globe Awards and decides to make his move. He looks like a caveman walking by. The kid in this picture is holding 2 birds, which is kinda weird, but what makes it even stranger is that Michael Cera's in the background smiling from ear to ear. Aaron Paul had another opportunity to break bad in a photobomb. This time it was his former co-star Bryan Cranston. And what makes the picture so great is that Cranston was the prankster on set, but this time it was Aaron's turn. Jared Leto is known as being a fun guy. After winning an Oscar, he was in an exceptionally good mood, probably why he decided to photobomb Anne Hathaway at the Vanity Fair Oscar party.